A flyover of Haiti by the U.S. Coast Guard shows the devastation left in Matthew's path. The brunt of the storm hit southwestern Tiburon Peninsula, where most of the fatalities were reported. Haiti, the poorest country in the Americas, is considered highly vulnerable to natural disasters. Food and water is scarce, and hospitals are short on resources. Health officials fear there may be an upsurge in cholera from water contamination after Matthew. With the country's long-delayed presidential election postponed because of the hurricane, the road to building back may have only just begun.
The number of people killed in the wake of Hurricane Matthew in Haiti is nearing 900, with tens of thousands left homeless. Here, supplies are delivered to about 700 evacuees at a shelter in Les Cayes. The mayor of the region says they're doing their best to help. They are our brothers and sisters. We have to help them, she said. We're trying to get them out of these conditions. Adding to the devastation are threats of cholera due to the mixing of floodwater and sewage. 7 people have died so far in at least one town, with another 17 cases of the disease being investigated. Haitian ambassador to the U.S., Paul Altidore.
Yes, cholera and other health issues might be on the rise. Again, a number of measures were discussed and taken to ensure that the numbers remain low.
More than 9,000 people have died since an outbreak of cholera after the 2010 earthquake, with some 790,000 people infected.
Ante la imposibilidad de llegar por vía terrestre a Baracoa por los fuertes daños que ocasionó el huracán Matthew en las carreteras que dan acceso a ese territorio, nuestro equipo de prensa se trasladó en helicóptero hasta esa ciudad, pero antes sobrevoló San Antonio del Sur y Maicí, otras zonas afectadas. Las primeras imágenes muestran la destrucción que dejó el huracán en esos territorios. Llegamos casi a las 6 de la tarde.
Hurricane Matthew making landfall in the Bahamas before the sun could show the damage. A strong Category 3 shaking the island. Bright lights and sparks from explosions visible numerous times as the delicate electric grid failed. The morning light shows the aftermath, one hotel facade ripped off, exposing the rooms inside. Trees snapped like twigs, now blocking many roads. Hammocks and mattresses stuck in trees. Boats wrecked on dry land. And the demand for fuel is high. Crowds swarm, limited working gas pumps. Garth Buckner and other residents use axes, machetes, and chainsaws to help clear one road.
What we're doing is coming out here on the road and cleaning it up so everybody can get through.
We are on the south end of New Providence Island, where Hurricane Matthew hit the hardest, an estimated 145-mile-per-hour winds. The damage, widespread and apparent, including this church, which was ripped in half.
It's a disaster as far as the building is concerned. Everything is out. It's finished.
The church where Pastor Barbara Reming gave sermons on Sundays wiped out.
Over there, you're going to see the chairs.
A mix of tidal surge and wind from Matthew leaves behind only an outline of the building which stood there before.
That this is the hand of the Lord, and He is going to move. For we know that all things work together for good. I am not discouraged at all.
Hurricane Matthew will be a major test for the U.S. insurance industry. Early estimates are for insurance losses of between $25 and $30 billion, making it potentially the second costliest U.S. hurricane on record for insurers. Hurricane Matthew worked its way up Florida's Atlantic coast, causing disruptions to air travel, manufacturing, supply chains, and retail stores.
Well, we are in the middle of it, so my first message is stay inside. Do not go outside. And if you have a problem, if you have an issue that is non-life-threatening, 630 City is the place to call. In a medical emergency, dial 911. We expect surge again between 6 and 9, as we've said before, and we'll say again, is life-threatening, and there'll be parts of downtown, Ortega, Julington Creek, etc. that can be up to 3 feet. A reminder that 3 feet storm surge is life-threatening.
More than 3 million people have been told to evacuate. This storm will most likely be the most devastating hurricane to hit Jacksonville, Florida in 118 years. World News Tonight anchor David Muir is there leading our coverage on the Florida coastline. Good morning to you, David.
Amy, good morning to you. And as you heard Ginger say, just as we're on the air with Good Morning America this morning, the western edge of that eye wall is now brushing land near Cape Canaveral. Of course, the concern there was the Kennedy Space Center. And as it moves northward, this is the area right here in Jacksonville where they say the biggest threat is the storm surge. They're concerned about it really up and down the coast and all the way up through the Carolinas. But it's right here where I'm standing where they're expecting up to 11 feet. We're going to show you the dangers on the map of that in a moment. But first here this morning, the pictures coming into this hurricane already. Hurricane Matthew slamming into Central Florida's coastline.
Unfortunately, this is going to kill people.
With wind gusts up to 115 miles per hour.
It's kind of almost a whiteout condition out there.
The hurricane eye just a few miles now off Cape Canaveral. At least 10 inches of rain expected.
You can see the water out here. It's blanketed by this rain now.
As over 300,000 are without power at this hour. These transformers exploding in Vero Beach. Supplies dwindling, hotels overbooked. The National Guard now standing by as nervous parents bring their children to shelters like this one in Jupiter.
I'm concerned about what's going to happen when the house falls and where we're going to go.
Matthew's path changing plans in this popular vacation state, even forcing Disney World to close its gates for only the 4th time ever in the park's 45-year history. Cruise ships docked and thousands of travelers stranded, with airports emptied and more than 3,800 flights already canceled here in the U.S. More than 3 million Americans now fleeing their homes from Florida up to North Carolina. FEMA officials preparing to provide relief, with states of emergency now declared in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. The hurricane already devastating the Caribbean, running its path through the Bahamas, its force ripping the roof right from this home. And in Haiti, a nation in crisis, at least 122 dead. The Coast Guard now providing a clearer picture of home after home leveled.
We stopped here because this was a good place to stop because the storm was going to hit Florida. So we've been here for 5 days waiting, and of course the storm has gotten progressively worse for Charleston. If you have insurance on the boat, then we'll be shopping for a new boat, I guess. But we hope it doesn't happen. We hope that God smiles on Charleston and maybe makes it a near miss.